I am live, ladies and gentlemen. I am live. Hello, I am alive. I am happy. I am healthy. It is day 7 of the 30-day book writing challenge by Joshua Sprague. I am writing a book with Kristen is editing it. Hello, one viewer. I love you, whoever you are. Say hi in the chat. It is day 7. That is siete. That is siete. I don't know what it is in other languages. Un, dos, trois. I'm excited. I was out just now doing some yard work, getting the body moving, doing a little bit of work. Well, that was quick. 30-day book writing challenge. Who's going to join me? Well, the viewer's gone, but we loved you while you were here. I know that was a pretty boring intro, but this is for me. This is for me, which will then be for other people. Just give me the opportunity to speak out loud and talk because I love to talk. One thing that I noticed is you got to brush your teeth before you do this. Even though I'm in my own room, it's a small little room. Not tiny, but small enough that if you're talking with dragon breath for an hour and a half, it'll catch up with you. The room will smell like dragon breath after an hour and a half of hot spouting. Let's pull up the email from Joshua Sprague. Here it is. So, good news. I have Robert on the case. Robert from the Philippines is helping me out with doing some research and helping Kristen out with getting stuff done. So that is really exciting because he is very efficient. He's fast. He speaks fluent English. And I have him out there scouring the internet for fun clips for people about superheroes, people who play superheroes. That's what he's doing right now. And that is really exciting because I don't have time to do that. And he does. So let's check out the email, everybody. Every one person, let's check it out. And let me text Kristen and see if she's going to join us. I'm going to text Kristen. So it says, we're 7 days in, and this is the moment that you've been waiting for. Let's see here. Kristen. Good morning. We are live! Exclamation point. Okay, that was done. We're 7 days in, and the moment is you've lightly been waiting for. It's time to put pen to paper, or at least fingers to a keyboard. But first, a warning. I have to tell you the reason 95% of people fail at writing a book. Even if they have an awesome outline, which you should have by now, even if they're a great writer, even if they have a single reason to accomplish their goal in publishing a book. The reason that most people fail is because of this. They try to edit while they write. I know you're probably thinking it was something grander than that, but that's the reality. We have two sides of our brain for a reason. One is creative, intuitive, and imaginative. The other is logical, reasonable, and factual. When you're writing a book, you have to compartmentalize each part of the writing process. You have to consistently choose which side of your brain to use. You know, I'm a teacher for Freestyle Love Supreme Academy, or a facilitator, and we talk about the same thing. When you're freestyling rap, you need to 1000% shut down the judgment in your brain in order to freestyle rap very well. That is the name of the game. You really, really, really need to just flow and have fun and do all of that. So let me let me send Kristen the link again. Uh, there we go. She should have it now. All right. Okay. So anyway, back to it. Don't judge yourself while you're freestyle rapping. That is the name of the game. So I guess the same is happening with book writing. Let's back to the email. Okay. When you're writing a book, you have to compartmentalize like each part of the writing process. You have to consciously choose which side of your brain to use. The part of your brain creates the most important and must come as an unfiltered, unedited mind. It cannot come from analysis. Cool? All right. First, I want you to understand the entire writing process. That way, your analytical mind can chill the F out and know where we're going. It's about 5-stage process. It looks like this. 1, rough draft. Notice that I say rough. Okay. Still waiting for Kristen. No editing is allowed. Read that again and again. No editing, only creative flow. Editing phase 2. Now that the mind can begin to review and revise, this is the first pass through. Clean it up, but only happens to once the entire draft is completed. Number 3, editing phase 2, cutting, moving, and adding missing elements or stories and refining. We're getting closer. Final edit. The goal here is to get your book finalized. You are reviewing everything down to the last detail as if you're going to send it to publishing. Actual final edit, there's always something that gets missed or adjusted or refined at the very end. This is when we proof everything in print or out loud. The book is done after this stage. So now you see where we're headed and that your logical, analytical, editing mind will have its place, but not now. Please go ahead and put it on standby. It is not needed now. Bye, critical mind. Where's Kristen? Okay. Let me text Kristen again. Sent it on Discord. Okay, cool. So now that you see where we're headed and that you're logical, all this was required of you at this point to just let the words flow. So, how do we do this? How do I actually write my first book so freaking fast? Well, I'm glad you asked. First, I was not allowed to edit during the rough draft. This is rule number 1, no editing. Follow you must follow it if you were to be successful. Second, I'm going to introduce you to one of the most powerful techniques I've come across for writing books. It's called the Pomodoro technique, and it was invented by a guy named Francisco Quirillo in the 80s. Anyway, here's how it works. You set your timer for 25 minutes. During that 25 minutes, you put your phone on airplane mode, you close the front door, you tell anyone in your house, especially kids, that they are not allowed to disturb you unless it's a life or death emergency, and that you start the timer. You are singularly focused on one thing: writing. No Facebook, no alerts, no damn text or Instagram messages. For the next 25 minutes, you are not allowed to stop writing. Your fingers have to keep moving, or hand must, if you're doing it old school. Why, you might ask? Well, because it's forcing yourself to continue to write, even if it's terrible writing, will eventually drive you to a flow state where you bypass your conscious mind and just allow the creative juices to flow. I call this downloading. It's writing state where you're just receiving ideas and putting them down on the page. This is literally what I'm doing right now. I have my clock ticking, my writing music on, and my fingers have not stopped moving. Everything is in flow. Editing will come later. I've probably written the whole giant email in 15 minutes or less. This process freaking works. Don't question it, just do it. You'll thank me later. And it brings to mind the third reason I write so fast, and you will too. I've literally trained myself to write fast by using what one of my mentors, Ian Stanley, calls Musical triggers. A musical trigger is a song or album that triggers you to write. For me, I always write to music from Music Gladiator. This is the playlist. Ooh, let's check it out. Okay. That's a I know that song. That's interesting. Now we are free. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but it's a lot of instrumentals. Not it's very string heavy. Gladiator is one of my top 5 movies of all time. So, I recognize it, but it's not doing much for me. I definitely recognize the music, and there's some, like, chanting. It sounds I mean, it's the same stuff over and over again. Okay. Well, glad we saw that. It's a Gladiator theme song. Okay. Well, I'm glad that he writes that, but I won't write to that. You know what I write to? Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Motown, AJR, um, Spotify. What else do I listen to when I write and do work? Billy Joel, um, 90s hip hop, 90s R&B. I know. I should be listening to the top 100 hits of today, but ah, I just like to have something that's familiar when I'm writing, and then I just go to town. But that's what I do. What do you do? One person that's watching. What do you listen to when you're working? I don't know. That's what I do. So back to it. So write to music and write fast for 25 minutes and don't do anything else. Makes sense. You know what I've been doing, which works better, even better for me because I don't type as fast as I talk, is I do it in notes when I go for walks. I literally just talk and use stream of consciousness. And that makes it happen about 100 times faster than me writing. I don't listen to it otherwise, but as soon as it comes on, I know it's time to write. And that's exactly what my fingers do. They start to pound on the keyboard. So here's your assignment today: choose your magical trigger, your musical trigger. It can be a song or an album, but stick to it for the rest of the book writing process. It should not have words that distract you. If there's another language that you don't understand, that's fine. That's how it is in the gladiator music. When you press play, make sure it's on repeat so you don't have to go turn it on again. Okay. Hmm. Maybe I'll try. You will commit to doing a minimum of 25 minutes of Pomodoro sessions today. Open a blank document on one side of your computer and have the outline on the other side. Start the timer. Do not stop writing for the next 25 minutes, beginning at the top of your outline. Don't worry about missing things, bad storytelling, misspelling, or any grammar or punctuation. That all gets cleaned up later. Your only goal is to keep writing for the next 25 minutes. Once the timer starts, immediately set it for 5 minutes and get up and walk away from the computer. Go to the bathroom, do some push ups, completely change the environment, but only do it for 5 minutes max. Then reset the time for 25 minutes, hit start again, and begin the 25-minute writing session again, working your way through the rough draft. If you are in Superflow, then continue to do it for another 25 minutes session or more. Hit reply this email to let me know how the first couple writing sessions went. Do not go back and edit. No editing is allowed until the entire rough draft is complete. Okay? Good. You've got a lot to do. Better get to it. Talk tomorrow. Joshua, I love getting in the flow, Sprig. P.S. How you liking the challenge so far? Hit reply and let me know. I'd love to let you know, Joshua, but you know what? I am going to be busy writing, so I won't. Um, cool. I'm gonna get to it. So instead of um writing, I'm gonna talk into um my let's see if this happens. If I can do it. Um, okay, cool. Here's my outline. I have done this already, and I have a master of the book. This is the master. Um, so I've already started writing. So let's go down to where I've stopped. What I'm going to write? Where am I going to write? Where? Before Cyclops. Where did I stop? I think. Oh, I stopped here. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember doing this already. Okay, I did this. Yep, I did this. Did this. Did this. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Can you all see this? Yes, you can. Good. Okay, cool. This is where I'm going to start. How do you feel and share your love? Now, let me see if I can. Yes, I can do it. I can do it, y'all. Y'all meaning no one, meaning maybe one person. Hi, one person. Thank you so much. How Okay, cool. How do you feel and share love? Physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. Okay, let's do this. We could probably do a whole book using examples of how different superheroes have expressed their love. But if we're talking about specific plot points, it will get dicey with copyrights. It might get dicey with copyrights. Do you know love languages? Okay, see this is editing. I'm not want to do that. Do you know your love languages? That's a really cool book out there that changed my life. The five love languages. Link. Okay, cool. Physical touch, yeah. You're a teenager. If you're a teenager, this is probably what you think is number one, but you might be surprised. Okay, let's start with touch. Okay, physical touch. Physical touch. Huh. Okay, she's here. We have one viewer, Kristen. So say hi to them, whoever they are.
It's me.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you're watching and participating at the same time.
Well, I don't want us to lose our affiliate status.
Yeah, well, we should have someone else watch then. I wonder,
We need at least 3 people.
we can lose our affiliate status?
I think so.
Really?
I got another email yesterday.
From who?
Um, well, it's from CV. Hold on, let me get to it. Come on, email. It says, "Congratulations on Twitch affiliate status. You've made it." But like, so I'm guessing we had lost it and now we got it back.
Oh, from Amazon?
No, 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 no. Well, from Twitch.
We lost status and now we got it back?
I think so, because I got an email yesterday telling me that we had made affiliate again.
Okay.
I think if you don't average 3 viewers per stream and like the other requirements, I think that's the big one, then you can lose that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we should have 2 now. And we should tell Frank to put it on the background.
You know, if we want to make partner status, we need to have 75 viewers.
Um okay. And I can Okay. All right. I just asked Krista, is there any other can Josh put us on the background?
Josh is still asleep.
Okay.
He's had a migraine since yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I have a sinus headache, but he has really bad migraines that like put him down.
Oh man. Uh, I'm just writing KK, and now. Okay, so KK will join us. Frank will join us. Okay, and I asked my mom and Christelle to tune in. Okay. Yeah, if I'm sorry about Josh, that stinks. Okay, so Kristen, what today is putting pen to paper. Hey Frank, thanks man. Um yeah, today's putting pen to paper. So I skip forward to um we did the outline. Now I'm going to just write. So I got to the master of the book and it says basically you have to write for 25 minutes straight. And
Okay.
and then take 5 minutes and then write for 25 minutes straight again. And don't judge yourself. Don't edit. Don't do anything. Just write, write, write. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
So while I'm just writing, you're going to be looking stuff up.
I already have started, and I have put in links for Malcolm Gladwell and Jack Canfield.
Oh, great. Cool. Malcolm Gladwell is, I mean, they both have written a tremendous amount of books. So let's see if this works. Physical touch. Hello? Hello?
What's up?
Why is it not typing? Let's see. Maybe I can do it on my phone. All right. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. That works. Cool. So I'll just do it on my phone. Okay. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna be writing about the love languages. The love languages. Dot dot dot. Physical touch. Period. So, what are the different types of physical touch? Question mark. There's the obvious one. Dot dot dot. Making out. Period. That goes pretty far, and depending on who you are, it could be very short-lived. Period. I completely disagree with that. Period. Um, okay. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Tita. That's Jojo. Tell him I'm recording, please. Tell him I'm working. Um, okay. So there's a lot. There's obvious one making out that goes pretty far, and depending on who you are, it could be very short-lived. Having physical experiences has been a great joy for me and for pretty much. I don't want to say that. A lot of people everywhere around the globe. Dot dot dot. What is the best way to be fulfilled? Question mark. Massages are magical to me. Dot dot dot. But some people don't like massages at all. Period. It's really important to ask your partner what they like. Period. Some people would like very difficult, rough massage. Some people would just like to be scratched on the head. Period. It's important to know what you like and share that immediately. Period. Why keep your partner guessing? Question mark. Let's think about some of the best superhero relationships and how they show physical affection. Period. The obvious one would be the magic between Wolverine and Jean Grey. Period. There's a there is definitely tension there. Period. And Wolverine really doesn't know how to show his affection at all. Period. Like a lot of us. Period. Maybe Wolverine likes to get pet behind the ears or something. Dot dot dot. But you know what? More power to him. He needs to know his thing. Period. The Hulk is a physical touch guy. Period. Like in the movies when Black Widow touched his hand, it turned him from green to pink, fleshy colors. Period. But he also was spoken to very gently while she was rubbing his hand. Period. Um, who else? Let me think. Physical touch, physical touch. Physical touch. Kristen, are you there? Trying to think of other superheroes that have physical touch as their love language.
Hmm.
Is Toby watching? Do we see any do we see any comments? Let me see.
KK has commented a couple times.
Oh, he has? KK. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. KK. You have to you're writing a physical are you still there, KK? Let me get to the thing. Okay, KK. So we're on day 7. Okay, cool. We're on day 7. You're doing a fiction book, right? So, we don't it's kind of different, but day 1 of this writing challenge was to create a log line. So your assignment today is to create a log line. What is your book about? Who is it for? Right? Do you have a log line? If you don't, it's your job today to create a log line. I will tell you my log line for this nonfiction book. The nonfiction book log line is I tried to memorize it. And it's like it's your help statement. This book helps diverse learners and people with short attention spans gain confidence in their powers and their capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. That's what this book is. So, what is your fiction book like? What is your hook? What does it do? If a publisher could say, what is it about? If you don't have a log line, write it down. If you do have a log line, KK, share it with us. Okay. In the meantime, KK and Frank, what superheroes, we're going through the love languages right now. What superheroes use physical touch as their love language? That I have the Hulk already.
What
Um,
about Thor?
Thor for his love language?
No, he seems to be touchy.
I feel like he's words of affirmation, like when his dad's like, "You have to be worthy."
Hmm. It's true.
My book is to help people recognize there's a god goddess in them waiting to be unleashed. Great. Who is it for, KK? Who is your target audience? It can't be everybody. It has to be more specific. So it could be people that have been overweight, or it could be people that have, had mental health issues, or it could be, who is it, for? Is it for ours is for diverse learners and people with short attention spans. So so think about that. Who's your target audience? And how are they going to realize the god and goddesses? How that like um I don't know if we say that in ours, but I have a couple other things. But write a couple catchphrases down, KK, like maybe I don't know, 5. I'll show you ours, but right now I'm trying to figure out love languages. Folks who are insecure about their own strength and significance. Their physical strength or their like strength, like their resolve. The power of the word. Okay, put it into a sentence. Tell us all that in one sentence. Let's see what you come up with. Uh, cool. Write it down. Write down like something like write down maybe what it would be on the back cover, right? Try to distill like maybe a paragraph and see what would it be on the back cover. How's that sound? Is that Toby? Toby, are you online right now? If you are Toby, KK is writing one who his book helps, like he's writing a log line, and he is also writing like what his back cover would say, like a summary of it. Okay. If that is you, Toby, write your log line and write your back cover paragraph. Like, what is your book about? If it's a fiction, if that's you, Toby, if that's you, tell me if you're writing a nonfiction or fiction, and I'm gonna get back to writing. Cool. All right. So who could it be? All right, I'll come back to that. Find other superheroes that use touch as a love language, period. Nothing, Kristen? Nothing's coming to your brain?
Well, I was going through some
What about like
lists.
what about like Star Wars, Indiana Jones,
Hmm,
like nerd stuff, Star Trek?
I mean,
I mean, Captain
no,
Kirk's kind of a gigolo.
no. Let's see. What about Spock? His would probably be what? Words of affirmation
Uh,
or logic, but logic isn't one of the love languages, so.
I'm thinking about that moment in the elevator when oh, Frank, are you there? Do you if you even hear us, Frank might know. I'm thinking about that moment in the elevator where Zoe Saldana comes up to Spock and is like, "I'm so sorry," and she gives him a hug or a kiss, and he doesn't
Hmm.
feel anything after his mother just dies.
Yeah.
So how did she was it he didn't really respond. It's actually a good point to bring up. Remember in the movie of the new Star Trek how Zoe Saldana kissed Spock in order to comfort him, and she touched his head, dot dot dot, and it really didn't work, dot dot dot. We're assuming that Spock's love language is not touch, dot dot dot, or maybe he doesn't have a love language. Period. I will ask that to the Trekkies here. Period. They will definitely have something to say about this. Period. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on. Um, when you are touched, when you are touched, you will have endorphins that are released when you're hugged, when you have some type of physical contact with somebody. It's proven that it changes your physical chemistry. Period. It's important that you are if you are in 8th grade reading this, period. Hello! Exclamation point. Remember to have gotten consent to touch anybody. Period. There's nothing more invasive and off-putting than being touched when you don't want to be. Period. One sentence can change the whole situation. ... Make sure consent is there. Period. We are talking about how to get love languages to get affection from your partners and the close people to you in your life, period. Okay, number 2 would be let's see if Toby joined us. Okay. I was wondering about like Joker or Harlequin or Hockey. Hello. Hello, Hockey. How are you? So glad that you're joining us. I don't know what V your life means, but thanks for writing. We are talking about love languages and how that relates to nerddom. The next thing that we will talk about is what is the next love language? I said physical touch. Now let's talk about words of affirmation. Words are affirmation. Huh. Words of affirmation, period. Is it important for you that people acknowledge what you do? Question mark. Is it important that they tell you that you're special or that you mean a lot to them? Question mark. Do you need to be affirmed once in a while to feel good about where you are? Question mark. I have been a people pleaser my whole life, so I understand this need and want, period. Would Star-Lord? I think Star-Lord is someone that needs words of affirmation. Period. There's a little insecurity there, and I think he needs to be pumped up once in a while. Period. Especially around Thor. LOL. Batman. What is Batman's love language? I think acts of service. Words of affirmation. Who needs to be told that day in that world? I think Thor. Thor needs words of affirmation from his father. Period. 1000%. Thor needs to prove that he's worthy to his father in order to get the throne, period. But he needs to find it within himself, which is a great lesson to learn, period. Who needs words of affirmation? Who needs words of affirmation? In the Transformers movie, the lead character, the goofy lead character who was dating Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf, needed words of affirmation from his parents. He was a brilliant kid who wasn't finding much success, period. Kristen, what other pop stars are, I'm trying to think, like Breaking Bad or
For words of affirmation,
yeah, words of affirmation. Who needs to be told I love you and you're awesome?
I feel like I need to go back and watch all of the superhero movies with this in mind so that I can actually have answers.
Right? What superheroes need words of affirmation?
Oh, also, this is kind of irrelevant, but you were talking about Jeremy Renner in The Masters, and he is currently being like he's in the news because there are allegations made by his ex-wife of abuse and like threats towards her and their daughter.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we might want to not talk about him so much.
Oh.
I mean, again, these are allegations that she's making in the middle of their divorce / custody battle over their 6-year-old, but it's gonna get pretty
Oh.
messy from what I can tell because she's accusing him of like biting their daughter when their daughter was 4. Like she had a bruise on her shoulder and like all sorts of weird
Biting?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh geez. That's a shame. That is a shame. I'm sure divorce gets ugly.
Yeah. But since this book is supposed to be mostly positive, I, you know, just
Yeah.
might want to make a little note about that. Also, there's a
Yeah.
lot of allegations of drug use, like currently ongoing drug use.
Yeah, I'm sure how the mighty fall. Um That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, because I really like Hawkeye.
Yeah, it's a great series. All right. We'll come back to it. Find more superheroes with words of affirmation. Period. What about Catwoman?
I think Catwoman would be physical touch.
I think we can make this a game where we put it out on social media and we ask who, what superheroes, what are their love languages?
Yeah, like maybe make like just do it one at a time. Like which superhero uses physical touch as their love language?
Yeah, for sure. Or we go through the superheroes and say what are their love languages.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of superheroes there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to
I think you're right about Star-Lord, though, in words of affirmation for him. I mean, I would say it's probably a mix of physical touch and words of affirmation.
yeah. Um Loki.
Hmm.
Loki wants to he wants to matter. I don't know if that's words.
I think that's what he's seeking though, or what he's searching for, is to feel like he matters. And
What
so
about
like
Aquaman? What is Aquaman looking for?
hmm, I've not watched all of that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we started it and then I don't know why we didn't finish.
Captain Marvel.
I haven't even seen that one.
Oh yeah, I think Captain Marvel might be looking for words of affirmation. Captain Marvel might be looking for words of affirmation. Period. Gifts. Colon. Who likes to receive? Who is a big fan of Valentine's Day? Question mark. And Christmas and Hanukkah and all of the holidays, including your birthday, that you get gifts. Period. Who loves giving gifts to their partners? Question mark. Is it perfume or cologne or a mixtape or a card? Question mark. Who loves giving and getting gifts? Question mark. I recently got a coupon book from my girlfriend from Valentine's Day, which was the sweetest Valentine's Day gift that I ever gotten, because in the coupon book there were acts of service. There were acts of service, period. And I am an acts of service guy, period. Who is a gifts person? Question mark.
You could probably put Catwoman there.
Catwoman.
I mean, she is a thief and she does like receiving diamonds and other such.
Yes, but I feel like she's doing it to screw the man, the people that
Yeah,
are.
but I still think that if someone, like, at least in her portrayals, if someone were to give her a gift, that would be
Yeah. Period. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Well,
Dot dot dot. LOL. Thank you, Marilyn Monroe.
what are you doing? Why are you standing on me? I need my arm back. Okay, thank you. She's mad because I haven't given her any food. But she's fat. So.
Oh. Let's think about some romantic gifts that you can give, period. Because for me, it's all about the thought behind the gifts, not the actual thing, period. But for you, it might be something different. And the other thing that we need to discuss about love languages is your love language is most likely not the same as your partner, period. So just because you might be a person that needs words of affirmation, your partner might be a gifts partner, or they might be someone that needs an act of service. And you cannot expect the same results and anticipate reactions and from what you would react to, period. It's very important that you learn your partner's love language, period. Let's talk about Joker and Harley Quinn. Let's talk about Cyclops and Jean Grey. Let's talk about Rogue and Iceman. Let's talk about Lois and Clark. Let's talk about Rogue and or is it Jubilee and Gambit? Period. Let's talk about Thor and Jane. Period. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and Pepper Potts. Period. Let's talk about Avatar the movie. Period. Captain Kirk. Period. Am I forgetting any?
Are you forgetting any superheroes?
No, famous relationships.
Oh, famous relationships.
Well, we can also talk about celebrities. Let's talk about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, or Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner, which were both superheroes. Let's talk about Daredevil. Let's talk about Jennifer Lawrence and her love languages. Let's talk about Scarlett Johansson and her love languages. Let's talk about Scarlett Johansson. I'm assuming is someone, she's very smart, so I imagine that it must be something about words of affirmation, but who knows? You can't tell. Period. Let's be something to look into. Period. Ow. This girl, man, she's determined.
Are you talking about the old cat?
Yeah. I think that's a good idea to talk about like celebrities and their love languages as opposed to the lore.
Yeah.
That'll take a little bit of figuring out, right?
I mean, I think either way it will. So,
Yeah, but we won't have to pay royalties about talking about celebrities and their love languages.
also true.
Okay. Um,
Cat.
Batman or someone that appreciates actions over words. So he's mostly like, hey, acts of service. Wonder Woman, quality of time with Steve. That's true. Iron Man needed to be told he was loved by Pepper Potts, but he also needed some acts of service. You can mix these. What types of affection does Spider Man have? What type of love language do you have? You must realize that you and your partner most likely won't have the same love languages. You can learn about them here and here, and then we'll have links. All right, girl, you are really distracting me. You are in a really distracting space right now. Okay. We have a superhero love languages that we want to contribute to. Can you think of some funny love languages in the existing superhero worlds or superheroes that you want that you've made up? I say we do like a top 10 list of top 10 celebrities that we think that have words of affirmation, etc. Gifts. J Lo is definitely a gifts person. I think that would be a good idea. What do you think?
Like a list for these?
Hmm.
Yeah.
We think Jennifer Lopez is a gifts person because she's very specific about having flowers in her dressing room. White flowers. And there's no right or wrong. Okay, cool. Finding the right tribe is important, but finding an accountability partner is also super important as well. Do you have one person or a coach or an adult that wants the best for you that won't let you get away with any BS? BS stands for bowel stuff. That's funny. I don't remember writing that. Um, you know, how sometimes you just don't want to talk to anybody when you're having a crappy day? I feel that totally, but sometimes just need a hug. Hugs releases endorphins. Spending time with your cat, your dog, or looking at the videos, cat videos helps. Another thing that I like to do is a list of gratitude. What are you grateful for? Seriously, you need to write this. You need to write that down. Are you grateful for clean water? Are you grateful for your family, your friends? Are you grateful for this book and grateful for Disney? Are you grateful for DC? Are you grateful for cosplay? Are you grateful for Whole Foods or McDonald's? Stop stopping at McDonald's. That's garbage for your body. Oh yeah, and then you say that might be food shaming. Are you grateful for your shoes, your brain, your muscles? Are you grateful for your progress? Okay. If a list of gratitude didn't warrant you, I want you to rate a list here of what you're proud of. Go back to your photos and think of one accomplishment. It could be 10 accomplishments that you're proud of. Gratitude, graduating 5th grade, getting a good having a good test, making your friend feel good. Whatever you feel for old people. Whatever you feel for old people, you can accomplish getting to reach. Whatever you feel for getting a razor. Okay. Mm. La- Trying to think about what to do next. Um, I'll do another story. Okay, volleyball championships in high school. Let's do that. So I was a 5'9" volleyball player in Pennsylvania, period. I was on a state ranked volleyball team and was an all-star, period. The team that was our rival was ranked first in the state and had two kids that ended up going to Penn State volleyball and an amazing setter, period. They were 72-0. They had not lost a single game that year, period. Only one team from our district was going to states, period. They beat us the first set, period. We beat them the second set. They had not lost yet, so they were shaking in their boots. And they won in their third set, period. I remember two very distinct moments from this match, period. One was my teammates were getting shook, and I remember that we needed to change our tactics when we started losing, period. In volleyball, they have this thing called a tandem where they fake a middle hit and then the outside hitter comes in and hits a low two ball, which is a low set right after the middle hitter, period. We didn't have a fantastic coach to help us with our strategy, period. I said, set me a two ball, and it worked really well, period. I was very proud of making that decision in a very stressful time. And my best friend, who was our star player, did it as well, and we got some points, period. He had a 45-inch vertical and was truly athletically gifted, period, but he didn't have the championship mentality, period. The pressure would get to him all the time, period, even though he had the athletic gifts, period. I also was known for my jump serve in high school, and I did not jump serve during that final game, period. I didn't serve out, but I didn't bring us any points that could have helped us come back, period. I chose the safe route, period. The announcers on TV actually said, Nate Lombardi is known for his jump serve. It's interesting he's staying down, period. I had brought our team back in the past from losing with my jump serve, and I chose not to do it during the game that mattered, period. I should have jump served, period. And now I want to be the last person taking that shot or going down swinging, period. I don't have many memories as a child, but I do remember playing little league ball and being a very good fielder, period. But I remember when I was probably 8 or 9, 8 or 9 years old, having the bases loaded and 2 outs and a full count, and I let the ball go on a called third strike, period. My father just said, "Well, that happens," because my dad wasn't a really strong emotional leader, period. But looking back at it, I would have rather gone down swinging, period. And that's something that I can confidently endorse to anybody living a life, period. If you're going to lose, you might as well go down giving it your best effort as opposed to playing scared, period. You might as go down. Well, go down swinging or giving it your best effort as opposed to watching the pitch go by you, period. Michael Jordan has some famous quotes about all the shots that he's missed during the final moments of the game, period. But he also has many, many buzzer beaters, period. He wants to be that guy taking the shot. How do you put yourself in that mindset? Question mark, practice, and belief in yourself, period. My last girlfriend, before I met the love of my life, was a Harvard graduate with supermodel looks and from a massively wealthy family, period. It's everything that I thought that I wanted in the world, period. She didn't have a sense of humor at all, but for someone who was looking to be validated by finding a trophy partner, period, I thought that I had hit a home run, period. Thought that I hit a home run, period. I pulled somebody out of my league, exclamation point. The thing was she wasn't in love with me, period. And she was very young, trying to figure things out, period. I was giving her, well, let's say mid-20s, so people don't think that I'm creepy. She was in her mid-20s, trying to figure things out. Space and encouragement, and I didn't put myself on equal footing in the relationship, period. And I said, I love you first, period. And I didn't regret it, period. Whether or not it was real love remains obviously to be seen. It wasn't real love, it was infatuation. Real love is built upon years and small acts of trust, compassion, and sacrifice, period. Infatuation is fun, but that is not love, period. That is your body chemicals going crazy. Chemicals going crazy for a certain amount of time, period. Since then, I have truly learned the meaning of love, period. And I am a big believer in speaking your truth, period. I did think that I was in love with a person and I said it, period. And I didn't regret that she didn't say it back, period. It made things very easy, period. And when we broke up, she said that, yeah, she loved me, but it wasn't like that, period. Thank goodness, exclamation point. I found the love of my life, and she says she loves me 20 times a day, period. And I say it back and I mean it, period. And I love her more deeply than I've loved anyone, period. But saying that I love you to somebody is very brave. And I mean it, period. I'm so grateful for that heartbreak and the heartbreak before it to make me appreciate what I have, period. We will get into relationships later, but I can tell you, as a young man that turned into a middle-aged man living the life of a bachelor, for most of my adult life, period, there is something deeper that is better, period. And it took me a while to get here, period. And I'm so glad not to have to navigate that anymore, period. Let's talk about bravery that we've seen from celebrities, period. What moments of bravery have you seen in romantic comedies or action films? Question mark. So, Kristen, can you hear me? I think that I have a call with Jamie Nash from Save the Cat to talk about the deck that I'm going to be creating for like networks and stuff at
Okay.
in 10 minutes. Let me
Okay.
just
Well, I
check
need
my
to go
email.
too because Max really wants me to come upstairs and play with him. I told
Okay.
him I would when we got done at 9:30. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, he sometimes likes to set a timer on his Google speaker so he can tell me when it's time for me to be done.
All
So thank
right.
you.
Well, thanks for the morning.
No problem. I wish my child would sleep later so that I could just do all of this before he woke up.
No, it's all good. Well, I mean, you don't have to be doing it when we're online. It just works out. I'm glad that you're there as a sounding board. but we're getting stuff
got-
done. It's good.
Yeah, I got a lot of links added in. I guess I need to go back to that paragraph and add some in later. But I think we're doing good there.
Okay. Cool. Well, to be, upward and onward.
Upward and onward. And I hope your meeting with Jamie goes well.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how to put together this deck for potential investors and for potential studios.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he can help you put something together.
Oh yeah. I'll let you know. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Let me know what else you have time for.
Okay, I will.
Thanks. Bye, Max. If you're there.
I'll tell him you said bye.
Thanks. Bye.